Good morning. How you doing? Hey, welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. My name is Graham Day. Hey, how you doing? I'm joined by the man that we call Bibby, Alred, Mr. Crash Bandicoot, wearing bib.
Yes, that's me this morning, Mr. Crash Bandicoot. How you doing, mate? How you good?
I'm not too bad. I'm going to jump into the big bib screen so everyone can see the Crash Bandicoot t-shirt and it's all its glory. There it is. Nice. Nice. How are we all doing? If you're in the chat, please do feel free to say hello, just like Tito has already done this morning, saying morning legends. I'll read, good sir. Oh, do you know what I've not done? Do you know what I've not done? And I'm absolutely done this on purpose to give other people the opportunity to get involved in the same thing, and not because I forgot at all. I didn't share Ice Cream Uploads Go Live posts on Instagram, to my own Instagram. And I didn't go and like the post, which I'm going to do now by going to instagram.com/Ice Cream Uploads. And I'm going to double click on the post and then just add post to your story, confirm to story, send. That's it, nice and easy. If you guys want to do that too, do feel free to share that story on your own Instagrams. Or if you're on Twitter, do feel free to go to our Twitter, find the tweet that we just put out to let people know that we are live. Hit like, hit retweet on that tweet. Do you know what? You can even comment and say, Bibby's Crash Bandicoot t-shirt is balling, but Graham's Insert Coin Doom hoodie, oh, next level. Feel free. I mean, drop all that stuff in. We don't mind. Anyway, welcome in to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. As I've said already, my name is Graham. I'm joined by Bibby. We are Ice Cream in true Ice Creamy fashion. This is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast, if we do say so ourselves. We are here to give you our thoughts and our impressions on the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games. Over the next hour or so, we're probably going to try and pick up the pace this morning because Bibby's got places to be, people to see.
Yeah.
So we will try to fly through this one. So short-ish. If not, I'll just see off the end of the show as we usually do. But anyway, we are live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. As mentioned, giving you our thoughts and impressions on the biggest, best, and breaking stories. But we also want your thoughts and impressions. If you're in the chat, please do feel free to get involved over the next less than an hour or so as we are live on Twitch. But we turn this live stream into a podcast, a video that goes on YouTube, and an audio podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. So if you're in the chat, please do get involved. And it's important that you do because people watching on demand, listening on demand, they don't get to speak to us like right here, right now, like you do. Before we jump into the show, 2 reminders. I'm not even going to give you the details. Well, briefly give you the details. ! Loot drop if you want to win prizes, and ! Insert coin if you want to look as fly as I do with my hoodie. And Bibby did yesterday. I mean, he still looks fly with his Crash Bandicoot stuff, but you know, it's not.
This is Asda, you know what I mean?
exactly, Vlad. Okay, Mr. Bib.
Yes.
Halo Infinite.
Yes.
You looking forward to it?
Yes. Yeah, I am. I had to think about that and thinking, actually, what the fuck can I play it on? But I've got a PC, got it on Game Pass, can play it on the Xbox. I'm all good. I've got all bases covered. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the game, obviously, we know it comes out well, actually, I say it comes out. When does it actually, is it November or late October? I can't remember.
It's November 6th, I think.
Okay.
If I remember. It could be 9th. It could be 17th. Who fucking knows? It's November.
We'll just say November. The game comes out in November. We, though, are in September. Would you like to play the multiplayer modes? Which, I mean, that's what everyone wants to play in Halo, right? Would you like to play the multiplayer modes this month?
The multiplayer modes that are going to be free, Graham? Free to play? Free to everyone?
Yes,
I would.
Well, it's good. It's good because Halo Infinite is getting 2 even bigger, quotes, multiplayer tests weekends in September. So 2 weekend events that will test, and air quotes again, full-blown multiplayer. That is our first story of the day. That is from Chris Scullion at VGC. We will jump in with that one shortly, but just before we do, let's give you a roundup of what is happening elsewhere in the world of video games. Bobby Kotick has been subpoenaed as the SEC investigates Activision Blizzard over workplace misconduct. So, Acti Blizzard, we've covered this story, 8th of December for Halo, says Miss T. There you go, even further away. Bloody hell. So, Activision Blizzard, we've covered the story and the twists and turns over the last few months, couple of months, however long it's been. Bobby Kotick, though, has now been subpoenaed. That is an article from VG247. We'll jump into that one. And then Owen Hart, legendary WWE wrestler, is coming back to video games in almost 20 years. We have the information on where you will be able to, I want to say play with Owen Hart, but I know what you guys are like, so I'm not going to say that. We'll have the information on that one. And then we'll finish with Pokemon trading card games coming to smartphones. So if you want some TGC in your life, some Pokemon, then you'll be able to do that on smartphones. All of the information on that as we run through the show. But for now, we're going to jump into the main story. I
I
would.
did not know it was December the 8th, by the way. I genuinely thought it was November.
Do you know?
What was I thinking of? It was maybe Battlefield. But that's the day before my birthday, so I think that would have been ingrained into my head.
I've got Halo release date written down in terms of it was in the Xbox conference, but I didn't actually write what the release date was. I wrote what they announced, Halo and release date. What is the date, Graham?
Yeah.
Yes, nice. I know they said it. I can't tell you what it was. Okay, let's jump in. I'll bring this article up on screen. So this one is from Chris Scullion at VGC. Halo Infinite is getting 2 even bigger multiplayer test weekends in September. The 2 weekend events will test full-blown multiplayer. Jumping into the body of the article, and Halo Infinite will have 2 more multiplayer tests events before the end of September. That's quite big if you consider the fact that we're on the 21st of September. So 2 big tests in the next 10 days. So the game's first technical preview took place between July the 29th and August the 1st. And now developer 343 Industries has 2 more tests planned for this weekend and the next. 343 Industries confirmed the news in its latest blog post with community manager John Junisek stating it feels just, actually, quote, it feels just like yesterday. We were battling against bots during our first multiplayer tech preview. Now, as launch approaches, it's time to look forward to our second and even bigger tech preview. And as that's happening...
Gracious. 10 months.
Goodness gracious, 10 months. Bacon Chin with a 10-month sub. Love you. Good morning, dude. Thank you very much for the 10 months. Where did we get to? There we go. As launch process, it's time to look forward to our second and even bigger tech preview. The new events will run from September 23rd to 26th and September the 30th to October the 3rd and will focus on full-blown multiplayer with all Halo insiders with eligible accounts as of September 13th invited to participate. The event taking place from September the 23rd to 26th will focus on 4v4 arena battles, while the event on September 30th to October 3rd will look at 12v12 big team battle contests. In order to ensure enough players will be taking part to test the game's online services, the test will only be active during certain time periods each day. Players who haven't yet registered as Halo insiders will also get another opportunity to do so before the big team battle test starts, Junshek confirmed. The full list of content included over the 2 weekends includes Social Arena, including objective modes and new map on Sunday, a bot arena. I'm going to leave the brackets bits. So Social Arena, Bot Arena, Big Team Battle, 3 modes on fragmentation, training mode, weapon drills, customization, battle pass, new Halo Waypoint app, and web experiences. 343 has also provided details on the time periods when the event tests will be. Okay, that's all detailed below. And as Mr. T has said last month, Microsoft also confirmed a Halo release date of December the 8th, 2021. Okay, let's jump off at that point. We can drop the link into the article if you want all of that information of the who's, the what's, the where's, and the when's. We'll put the link into the chat. GG's, babe. Nice, super rapid. Okay, you've played more Halo than me, and by that I mean you've played Halo. I've played bits. I've not played much Halo. This is kind of it does have my attention because I'm around so many people, Mr. T in the chat, Enix, yourself, who've played a lot of Halo and are looking forward to this. But naturally, people around you get excited for something. You can't help but get swept up by their enthusiasm. Yeah. It's bandwagoning. You get it with positivity and negativity. Anyway, I'm swept up by the positivity around this. I am very much swept up by the fact that they've just thrown in 2 full-scale playtests a week, not even a week, days away. So the first one is this weekend, 5 days away, and then the next one is next weekend. Love the fact that they've just gone, oh yeah, we're so confident, try this, boom. Because that's one of the things Halo's had a lot of criticism about. They've not really been showing everything. I mean, that's what one of the things Jordan was saying. There's a lot of positivity around it, but there's also, they haven't shown too much. So should people start to get worried, this will help to potentially quell that. But anyway, before I carry on, Bib, what are your thoughts? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the skeptics around the world will probably be thinking, right, they're not showing us anything. This is probably the best time for us to be able to jump in and find out for ourselves, which isn't a bad thing. I feel like, I don't want to say the marketing's gone full circle from the first time that we got to see this with Craig. And how, I mean, graphics don't make the game for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, they are pretty. If it's pretty, that's great. but Halo is Halo regardless. Like if you went back and played Halo 2 or the original Halo on the original Xbox, and then you play, I don't know, Halo Reach or this, it's going to still feel like Halo, just with other bits in there that have been added on, in terms of, I don't know, new weapons and character movements and things like that. But it fundamentally, it still feel like a Halo game. So first and foremost, the graphics and stuff is probably what people are going to be criticizing the most, when realistically, underneath the bonnet, it's still going to be a Halo game. So that, for me personally, I know a lot of people probably get hung up on that, but as long as it feels like a Halo game, I genuinely couldn't be asked about what it looks like, as so long, again, it feels like a Halo game, which is exactly what people are going to be going in for. They want to get it into the hands. The people who are probably criticizing it now will maybe change their mind once they be able to get it into the hands, because I feel like the marketing has done a good job in trying to bring people back excited for this after what was I say in air quotes, a disaster for them in the matter when they first shown this game off. But fundamentally, as long as this feels like a Halo game, and it's got something in there that feels next gen, and I hate that terminology so much. Like, just because you've got a next gen console, why does it have to feel like it's next gen? I mean, people, when they say feel like next gen, they probably mean it. They want it to look next gen. But
Yeah, that
I can understand that.
that for more things is that it needs deeper shadows, it needs brighter lights, it needs more reflections, and that feels next gen for a lot of people. I mean, there are some things that you kind of don't notice as much. So we've spoken with the likes of Ratchet and Clank, which obviously we had an article a few weeks back that says you actually could have done that on the PS3 in certain ways of looking at it. But basically what Ratchet and Clank does is it has two simultaneous worlds that you can just teleport from one to the other without any loading on the fly, which is next gen. That stuff you kind of take for granted, but that feels next gen. But no, I get what you're saying. It is a cliche, it's an overused phrase, but you want that Halo sort of feel, but with all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that people, obviously, they've just shelled out for a new console, and you want something that's different, that's something that will separate what you're playing on your new gen console from your old gen console. And believe me, I absolutely understand that. That's not a problem. But for me, next gen is faster loading times, 60 frames a second on most games. Well, you'd expect that to be the bar, 60 frames. Faster loading times and things like that. Things that I'm not sitting there waiting for loading screens. That for me is a next gen experience. I don't care what I'm going to get. Indie games nowadays are probably going to be at some point even more popular than some of the AAA games that are going to be coming out. Does that mean that those indie games are next gen experiences? I don't know.
It don't feel.
I think it's a very fine line.
Doesn't feel next gen actually.
Yeah. Just because you spend £17 million on creating a game or whatever. I mean, I've just pulled that out of thin air. That's just I'm going in. I'm really highballing at this point. Just because you spend 17 million on creating a video game doesn't necessarily mean that should be your next gen experience. I'm fairly certain there will be in the next year or so indie games that are using next gen capabilities to create a game that will rival some of the big dogs that will be coming out. So as long as this feels like Halo, I genuinely don't care what it looks like.
Yeah, that's the thing for me is I'm not asked about next gen experiences. I am asked about the next gen, which is why I have a PS5 sat there rather than my PS4 that was there before, because I want better experiences, faster, bigger, brighter, and so on. But the key thing for within that is experiences. You want memorable experiences, and if having ray tracing or an SSD or whatever, quick resumes on the Xbox, if those things make it easier and more immersive, then those experiences can be amplified a little bit. But the core of the experience is not necessarily locked to a gen. You show me something that can only be done on a PS5, and then fair enough, I'll go, okay, well, that's a next gen experience. But if you're talking about a clever story and so on, then stories they've been told verbally for bajillions of years. So yeah, speaking of...
Do it in a book. There's no graphics in a book.
I mean, you could do it in Twitch chat. Let me tell you a story, as written in the chat by Tito, who says, I'm sure I've told this story before, but Halo is my go. First played on the OG Xbox with mates. 4 upstairs, 4 down on System Link. Someone called Wheezy killed me. I shouted up, "Who's Wheezy?" And the shout came down, "Your mum when she's climbing the stairs." That's what I was chuckling at a minute ago. It caught me off guard. GG's. Whoever that was. Nice. You say, I mean, killed in the game and then killed in real life. God damn. Okay, Mr. T says, first multiplayer preview was awesome, so looking forward to these next two. I think this will be my go-to multiplayer shooter when it's out. Gaggad is lurking. Lake is in the chat. Tito was in nice and early, and obviously Mr. T. Also, your man received his email for the next two Halo Infinite multiplayer technical previews. Yes! Nice. Feel free to check in twitch.tv/AsimTanvia to get the technical previews because, I mean, I'm not an insider. Do you know, I might sign up, see if I get an email just so I can troll Jordan when I get one and he doesn't.
Jordan not get one?
No, I think he got one for... No, he got a lot of things, and I don't think he got Halo. I think out of everyone to not get it, it was like him. Or he missed out on something. I can't remember what it was. So, yeah, exactly. We'll sign up and we'll get them for him. Like, not for him, but for him. Madge, good morning, dude. So yeah, if you missed it, what we were talking about is the fact that Halo Infinite is getting 2 multiplayer test weekends this weekend and next weekend. That will be the full-blown multiplayer. None of that technical stuff, none of that playing against bots, none of that skimmed back stuff. This is full-blown Halo multiplayer experiences. And if the hype train hadn't left the station on Halo before, Bibby said it pretty much has. I mean, the hype train crashed leaving the station at first and was literally in flames, but they quickly put that out, built it back up, and now it's a bigger, better train than it ever was before. And now it's just choo-chooing as it's just about to leave the station. If it wasn't already on the way, it will be after this, because Halo multiplayer is a bar. Even if you don't play it, like me, you know Halo sets a standard when it comes to first-person shooter, combat, esports, whatever level you want to take it to, Halo is up there. So this is definitely where Xbox can now start to hopefully properly flex. I'm going to wind it back in. Xbox have been doing good stuff. They have been talking the talk. They haven't really walked the walk yet. Not that they failed. They just haven't really set off with the steps. Still baby steps. Now is the first time where this is kind of the first time where they start to get opportunities to properly walk the walk while people are looking at them. And if this is successful, then I believe this will be a big, big weekend for Xbox and Halo and everything else in and amongst. So yeah, do let us know if you will be taking part in this, if you're hoping to be taking part in this, and do let us know all the details, whether you can stream this. Well, I don't know if it is something that's streamed or if it has to be behind closed doors. I'm not 100% sure how the last ones have worked, but if you do get involved, do let us know. Madge says, exciting news for the Halo fans for sure. Hope it's a banger. Franchise has stumbled for a while. It has, absolutely. So, I mean, that's part of the reason why I've played it earlier on. I was, as I've said many times before, boots on the ground, real world shooter. So space stuff kind of just put me off. And then the fact that as the franchise went on, they didn't do a very good job of refreshing it and keeping it new. It became a bit lumbered and repetitive for outside fans anyway. It appealed to the core audience, but then segregated others like me. Whereas now they've done a very, very good job of turning that around and bringing new players into the game. Anyway, we'll put a pin in that one. We did drop the link into the chat for anyone that wants to read through all of that, when the multiplayer is taking place, what times of day, because it's not a 24/7 multiplayer, and what modes you can take part in. The article was on VGC. If you didn't catch the link, you can go and find it over on there, written by your boy Chris Scullion. But for now, we'll jump into a different article on a different website. Dom Pepiat at VG247 this time. He has the fact that Bobby Kotick has been subpoenaed as the SEC investigates Activision Blizzard over workplace misconduct. The Securities and Exchange Commission has subpoenaed Activision Blizzard and its CEO, Bobby Kotick, for information about workplace practices. The US Securities and Exchange Commission, better known as the SEC, is the latest government agency to launch an investigation into Activision Blizzard, as the Wall Street Journal reports. The agency has subpoenaed the publisher and its CEO, Bobby Kotick, for records related to employment, separation agreements, and communications between senior executives. The SEC, if you need a quick primer, is a government agency that primarily deals with protecting investors and maintaining the status quo of stock markets. Given that we've already seen movements from shareholders eager to sue Activision Blizzard for hiding the sexual harassment probe before it went mainstream, the involvement of the SEC now is no big surprise. As per the Wall Street Journal, the SEC has requested documents going as far back as 2019 in an effort to review communications between Activision Blizzard executives regarding complaints of sexual harassment and discrimination. These actions have been taken so that the SEC can learn more information about these companies, the company's handling of sexual misconduct and discrimination allegations. These allegations have been going on since Activision Blizzard was accused by the state of California of fostering a culture rife with discrimination, abuse, sexual harassment, and more. The ongoing lawsuit has already led to some of those in higher positions leaving the company. Blizzard President J. Allen Brack has already departed the company, leaving Jen O'Neill and Mikey Barra to co-lead Blizzard. Activision Blizzard has also confirmed that HR executive Jesse Meschuk, who had been at the company for 12 years, also left in August. An Activision Blizzard spokesperson said the company was cooperating with the SEC. Thanks, The Verge. So, a subpoena placed on Bobby Kotick. The SEC want all of the documentation so they can see what's happening. Kind of a similar story, but with a slightly different angle in terms of this is not from the DFEH. This is from the Securities and Exchange Commission. Basically, stocks, shares, investors. This is someone that's looking at after their interests. So same sort of story, but from a different angle. Does this add more weight to it? Is it more of the same? What are your thoughts, Pip?
I'm not sure. I imagine he's probably been looking over his shoulder since all of this started to come out. So he probably was expecting it. That doesn't mean to say that this wouldn't have come as a shock. So yeah, I'm interested to see what findings are out of this, because they have obviously been under the microscope now for this requested documents going back far as 2019. This has only really come to light, I'd say, in the last 3 or 4 months. That they've been under the microscope as a gaming community, because people obviously been coming out. They may have been too scared to come out in the first place, and now they are actually doing that. Everything's been put under the microscope. So yeah, I think this is probably a good move for everybody, but Bobby Kotick. Like, he'll be absolutely shitting himself at the prospects of this now. But we've seen it wasn't that long ago that they were shredding documents from HR as well. So who knows what they're going to find.
Yeah, interesting. Let me shout out to DMAC as well, because I love seeing those founders badges in the chat. It says Morning Shaggers.
Yes.
I'll read.
Morning Shagger.
Tito says, let's jump back a little bit to the Halo article. The way I'd put it is Game Pass and other player-friendly moves has papered over the cracks. Now it's time for them to actually build something exciting for the players in proper games to make the Xbox worth investing in. Sony has us over a barrel. There's no denying. No, I agree. I think both have each side over a barrel. I think it's a lot more balanced now than it was. PlayStation has the bigger user base and has the better games. Xbox has the better systems. I mean, having the Xbox One X being better than the PS4 Pro was kind of irrelevant because you didn't have the games really to enjoy it as much. But now the system, being able to play wherever you want and having access to shitloads of games for free with a Game Pass, gives them an ace in the hole. It's just whether if they can start to add proper big games to that, then exciting times. And if you look at what has just happened on PlayStation, Deathloop, 10 out of 10s across the board, potential game of the year, super exciting game that's only available on PlayStation. That's another feather in the cap of PlayStation, made by Xbox. It's like, yeah. So they have the materials to fix that going forward. I know that was obviously a legacy thing that was done before Xbox acquired ZeniMax, but I don't think that's going to continue. By the end of the generation, I think that will be a last generation conversation. But anyway, yes, Bobby Kotick subpoenaed. For me, it's probably it's not really anything new in terms of it's more of the same. They are still acquiring information. It's another agency looking into it, so it does bring it back into the public eye, which Activision would like to keep it out. And actually, they're like, okay, it's the same stuff. Just fucking stop going on about it. All right, yeah. We've already taken our name off the trailers and then put it back on again. We don't want to take it back off again. God's sake. So it's
hilarious if the next trailer comes off and it's not on there.
So it's nothing new. It's more of the same, but it still doesn't hide the fact that every time it comes back to the fore, it will be a little bit more damaging for Activision, just to remind people of that conversation. So, yeah, super serious. We will keep you updated should anything that isn't more of the same come to light. Okay, moving ahead. This is me trying to keep up the pace, by the way. Like I said, we've still got 2 more articles left, and Bibby's bailing early
Well,
today.
I've asked Samantha to phone my dentist because I have got a cold and cough at the moment. So she is on the phone to my dentist to see whether or not I can still go. I did do a lateral flow. It is negative, but my dentist is apparently pregnant. So I'd much rather not go. But she's finding out if I can go at this moment in time.
I'm going to completely ignore what you just said and just point out the fact that Jade Ferrara's just donated £10 again.
Hey!
Do you know, I've literally, it must have been a year since I heard the "Here Comes the Money."
Yeah.
And I've heard it 3 times in the last week, Jade. Amazing.
Hero.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much
so
for the
much.
generosity. That's incredible. It's incredible.
We
Welcome in.
we
Good
did
morning.
gift him, didn't we? So he's in the should be in the loot drop if he's in our Discord.
Well, Jade is in the Discord. I saw Jade join the Discord. I don't know whether Jade, do you have access to the loot drop area of the Discord? Just make sure
Yeah,
that
I'm
you.
not in there.
Okay. Yeah, Jade, make sure you link your Twitch and Discord accounts because you could be getting yourself one of these potentially if that's where the votes are going. I've not actually seen where that is. That's a good point for me to jump back actually onto / loot drop. If anyone I know not of the loot drop. Okay, let me give you the link. / loot drop. Boom. There you go. So all Ice Cream Uploads subscribers get included in a monthly giveaway that we run on the Ice Cream Uploads Discord. So that link there in the chat will take you to our tweet, which we put out yesterday. I'll bring that up on screen actually while I'm talking about it so people in the chat can see. So this is this month's loot drop. You guys get to vote with the 4 options in the tweet down here on the right-hand side of the screen. If you're not watching this, on screen we have a tweet that if it isn't our pin tweet, it will be our pin tweet soon on Twitter. Nice. So our pin tweet on Twitter has an image of 4 things. Ice Cream Uploads merchandise, Back for Blood, NBA 2K22, or New Worlds. In the responses to that reply tweet, you can see that people can choose to vote which one of those they would like to win. Whichever one has the most votes, one subscriber will be gifted that on the 4th of October. So the start of the next month, the first Monday of every month is when we draw that. So next month's loot drop will be one of these prizes. To enter that, you need to be a sub. That could be a tier 1, 2, 3 prime or gifted. If you've been gifted a sub, that enters you into the loot drop for that month. So if you're a sub, you get into the loot drop. You could win a prize, and you could win a prize without even ever having to pay. You could win a prize from being a sub that you've had gifted or that you pay for using your Twitch channel points if you're around for long enough, which I'm looking forward to. That's never happened yet. I'm looking forward to it. Someone winning a prize for being a gifted sub or using a Twitch channel points, our sprinkles to do that. But yeah, make sure you're in. Make sure you link your accounts. If you link your Twitch and your Discord accounts, our Discord can see that you're a sub, basically. Yeah. So therefore you get entered into the giveaways. And then if you're not a sub, it will just drop you off it. And then when you are a sub again, it'll link you back into it again. So that's how it works. So yeah, make sure you're in. Make sure you're in, especially after dropping all the donos. We want you to be in with a chance for winning stuff.
30 sheets, absolute fucking legend.
Yeah, massive, huge. Appreciate it.
Also, I'm not now going to the dentist. My dentist is pregnant. So, yeah, I'm not going. I've been rescheduled.
Okay, nice. Bacon Shin says, we'll never reach that sprinkles amount. Mr. T and David have already had it that one, so it is possible. David, did you do it once or
I think
twice?
David's he's got some left over after he did it, so he must be nearly there twice, like I say.
I may have helped with that by accident. So when you get on the dashboard on Twitch, you get what do they call it? The reward requests queue. So if anyone requests me to sit up straight, posture check, or to whatever the other rewards we have, they appear on a queue, and I'd left them there and I'd not seen this queue for like weeks because I didn't even know it was there, and I was like, sorry, do you know what, I'm going to give people these sprinkles back. I probably did it, but I can't remember that I did, so I just went refund, and within that was like a 250,000 sprinkles refund to David. I was like, fuck. so then he did it again, and I was like, no, that one can get in the bin. 20 sprinkles or 400 sprinkles, 1,000 sprinkles is fine. 250,000 or whatever it was, not so much. So yeah, no, deny.
2-3 months of subs.
Yeah. So yeah, that one threw away. But yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Raids help. I think you get like bonuses for joining raids and consecutive streams. So if you jump into consecutive streams, you get more. It acts like a multiplier, that sort of way. And then obviously, if you get enough people with sprinkles that then start to take part in predictions, that's a big sway as well, because if you could start pinching other people's sprinkles off them, nice. Gagad redeemed VIP for a month. Hey, okay, it's the first time we've ever had that done. Is Gagad in the chat? Is Gagad in the chat? There he is. Okay, need to figure out. I've never done this whilst on stream. Cheer. How do I make him a VIP?
Legend. Where is it? Don't you have to do it in the back end? You don't have to. You don't do it in the chat.
Yes. Okay. We'll not do it now.
I can do that while you're reading the news. That's not a problem.
Nice. Yeah, Gagad will be our first VIP for a month. Hey, you love to see it. So we do have some other stuff in there. Like there is getting your name on the Wall of Fame, but that's kind of a bit of a waste of sprinkles at this point in time because we haven't got our Master League series where the Wall of Fame is going to be. So, yeah, there you go. David says, meh, screw it, gifted sub. Okay, redeem that one. I can do that one. Let's go. Let me do a gifty for David. Okay, come on, Twitch. Reload. Give me the functions. I want to gift someone a sub on my channel. I can't do it when you're not working. There we go. Gift a sub.
Add new.
Doing it.
I'm just trying not to have any dead air. Here he is, Gagad. Add roll, VIP, save.
Is
done.
There we go. Gift a sub. Okay, 2-1. Boom. Gift a subscription. Boom. And complete. Boom.
There you go, Gagad. You should have your little diamond now.
Okay. A little bit of dead air time, but it's fine. It's for the community. It's all good. So Gagad should be a VIP. We need Gagad to write in chat. Can the real Gagad please stand up? And David spending 250,000 sprinkles on a gifted sub. Yeah, there you go. Gagad's got his diamond. Hey, VIP. You love to see it. Whilst David's got a gifted sub. Hey, thank you very much. See that? That's mega money. That's 400,000 sprinkles. That's not just been dropped and given bits back to you guys, but that's a lot of viewing time. Obviously, channel points are quite throwaway for a lot of people, but they actually mean quite a bit. When someone has 250,000 sprinkles or 150,000 sprinkles to spend, you know that they've committed to spending a lot of time in your channel. So that actually means quite a bit. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Legends. Again, the support has been fucking crazy this last month. You guys are jizz.
Yeah, ledge jizz. Yeah, jizz them on a ledge.
Backhanded insult there as well.
Anyway, speaking of backhanders, do you know who was good at giving backhanders?
Excuse me?
Owen Hart. In a wrestling sense, that's absolutely not a tangent into the next story. It is, and there's no shame.
Getting sued.
In the next story, Chris Scullion at VGC has this. Owen Hart will appear in AEW, All Elite Wrestling, his first video game in nearly 20 years. The legendary wrestler's families had boycotted the WWE games due to his tragic death. Do you know what? Just jumping off this. Did not know that. I was a big fan of WWE in the time frame when the Owen Hart catastrophe happened. But I was too young to really know what was happening off screen and stuff like that. We all obviously knew what had happened, but I didn't know that there was bad blood between Owen Hart's family and WWE as a result of that. I had no idea. I just thought Owen Hart wasn't in the games because obviously he's not an active wrestler. There's probably some sort of what's the word I'm looking for?
Animosity.
No, like it's not sentiment. It begins with an S. They were basically being careful. They didn't want to. They were treading on eggshells. They didn't want to throw him in and sensitive. That's the word, not sentiment. Sensitive. Sensitive situation. I thought that's what I didn't realize that there was actual. Bad Blood is quite funny because that was a WWE event. There you go,
Yeah,
nice. But yeah, I
they
didn't.
tried to induct him into the Hall of Fame numerous times, and they've refused every time.
I think it might even say that in this. So let's jump in. Let's jump in. So the legendary WWE wrestler Owen Hart will make a posthumous appearance in an upcoming video game for the organization's rival AEW. In a statement issued by AEW on Monday, the company said it has entered into a partnership with the non-profit charity, the Owen Hart Foundation, to honour Hart's legacy. This will include, quote, the production of unique and original Owen Hart merchandise, including specified retail goods, as well as the upcoming AEW console video game. Hart tragically died in May 1999 while working for the WWF, as it was known at the time, after an incident at the WWF's Over the Edge pay-per-view event. Portraying his Blue Blazer superhero character, Hart was supposed to be lowered from the arena's rafters on a wire, but instead fell 78 feet and landed in the ring. He was declared dead later that night. The Hart family sued the WWF. This is the bit that I had no idea. The Hart family sued the WWF after the incident and received $18 million in a settlement, but Hart's widow, Dr. Martha Hart, refuses to allow the company to profit off his name again or place him in the WWE Hall of Fame. There you go. As such, Hart hasn't appeared in a WWE game since 1999's WWF Attitude, which was a banger, by the way, which arrived just a couple of months after Hart's death and included an in memory of screen when the game booted up. Since then, Hart has only appeared twice more in wrestling games, in Acclaim's 2002 title Legends of Wrestling, and again in its 2004 sequel Showdown Legends of Wrestling. Should Hart appear in the AEW game, then, as appears to be the case, it will mark his first official appearance in a video game in 17 years. Veteran WWE game developer Ukes confirmed last year that it was working on a new best-in-class console game for WWE's rival wrestling firm AEW. During the game's announcement, it was revealed that the genre luminary Hideyuki Iwashita, the director of classic fighting games WWF No Mercy, also an amazing game, and Def Jam Vendetta, played that at my first EGX, I think, would also be involved in the AEW title. Iwashita's influence can be seen in recent footage of the game, which looks like a modern version of WWF No Mercy rather than Ukes' recent WWE games. Okay, we can stop there. It goes on to Iwashita, WWE, WWF, AEW, and all. It's fine. But the talking point for now is that Owen Hart, he's back. What are your thoughts, babe?
I think this is massive. I mean, you talk about wrestlers moving over from WWE over to AEW, but in terms of Owen Hart, is probably, if you was to rank wrestlers and their technical ability, Owen Hart's top 5, probably even top 3. Like he was unbelievable, and he was so popular. Obviously, he's part of the Hart family. Everyone knows who Bret Hart is. But he wasn't he wasn't just famous because of his brother. He was well regarded in his own right as one of the best wrestlers that has ever come out of the dungeon. Like, he is unbelievable. This is massive for AEW to be able to try and get him. And I genuinely, hand on heart, I do not think that this is just one of the things that they're doing to try and get over a WWE. I think with the likes of Cody Rhodes and the likes of Chris Jericho, who Cody Rhodes, he would have been around him because of his dad, but Chris Jericho obviously was around at the same time that Owen Hart was as well. So I genuinely feel like this is just one of them things that they just want to put him in to try and maintain, like, have his legacy out there, because there will be kids nowadays that are obviously still watching wrestling, that watch it every single week, that would have never even known what Owen Hart was like as a wrestler. And this is just one of them things now that's just, they've got the opportunity to find out what he was like. So yeah, I don't think there's any bad blood in this in terms of AEW doing this just to spite WWE. I genuinely just think that this is more of a legacy thing. But this is massive. This is genuinely massive.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I'm not How can I put it? I will say I'm a lapsed wrestling fan. That's probably the best way of putting it. So I'm still open to men in spandex, as we talk about many times. Jade Farrar again. This time gifting a sub to Bonsai. Bonsai, enjoy the gift from Jade Farrar, and obviously feel free to say thank you very much. But I'm sure you will do, because that's what people do. But enjoy the gifted Bonsai. Thank you once again, Jade. Bonsai said, not played a wrestling game for years. No. I mean, I've played wrestling games. See, that's one thing that hasn't lapsed as much, is I do enjoy a good wrestling game. But watching wrestling is something that I've kind of drifted away from. So naturally, that makes wrestling games not as immersive for me. Because when I can still choose Shawn Michaels and Triple H and The Undertaker and Owen Hart, then yes, okay, I'm going back to... Well, actually, Owen Hart is back... No, that's not when I dropped out. The peak for me was probably a little bit after Owen Hart's period. But it's still all the same. When those are in there, I can still get immersed in it. Obviously, you've got the likes of the Daniel Bryans and stuff like that, where that's lost on me. I remember... Daniel Henry at a Pez event. If you don't know who Daniel Henry is,
what a
then
guy Daniel Henry is.
Yeah, you're missing out on life if you don't know who Daniel Henry is. Anyway, he came to a Pez event and he had a T-shirt that was like Bay something on it, and I was like, what does that even mean? He was like, it's wrestling. And I was like, fuck, I clearly don't know what's happening in wrestling anymore, because he's got a T-shirt that everyone else that's a wrestling fan's like, I'm like, I don't know what that is. So I'm a lapsed wrestling fan, but I'm still a very pro wrestling gamer. So Owen Hart coming back. A lot of people that are still wrestling fans, I regularly see the conversations about how AEW... Adam Cole, there you go, that's what it was. Adam Cole, baby. I didn't know that. Don't know who Adam Cole is. I know Michael Cole is, but Adam Cole, no idea. But yeah, when I'm hearing AEW and things like that, it's usually people that are using it to hit WWE down. Whether I don't know where that stands. I know that WWE have done some questionable things in terms of controlling characters' contracts and things like that, but I don't know all of the politics of the situation. I don't want to know the politics of the situation, if I'm too honest. So I will no doubt expect a lot of people use this to go, there you go, this is another win for AEW over WWE. But for me, it's just a win for wrestling fans. And it's a win for, like Baby says, there's a lot of fans that would have absolutely loved Owen Hart. When Owen Hart was around, forgetting the Blue Blazer, just Owen Hart in his many forms, he was like Nation of Domination or whatever. Like he went from being a face to a heel and back more times than you could count it. And he was, like Baby said, his in-ring ability was exceptional. So some people being able to celebrate that is a win for wrestling games and wrestling fans, not necessarily a win over the WWE. And that's the way that I'm going to look at it. I know the article does take that angle, and that is kind of the bones of it in terms of the Owen Hart Foundation don't want to be seen with WWE. You can understand. Absolutely, you can understand. But for me, as someone that's pro Owen Hart, because it was a big part of my childhood. It was a big part of something that was a big part of my childhood anyway. It's nice to see him back, even though it's not in WWE, it's in AEW. It just means I'll have to play another wrestling game as well. So, yeah. Where did we get to? There was a few comments. Yeah, his wife sued WWE. Good morning, Timeless. Hey, #legends. All right. Wow, that's big news. And likewise, didn't know that either. Not surprised as I knew about the bad blood. See, I knew that there was like bad blood, but I always thought that was like bad blood, like WWE bad blood, like the fact that the Undertaker is Kane's brother and Paul Bearer is Kane's dad. Yeah, of course he is, mate. Yeah, all right, yeah. I thought it was bad blood, like that sort of stuff. Yeah, but didn't know all of that. I still remember that PPV.
There's a dark side of the ring of this episode of this anyway. Have you heard of the dark side of the ring?
I think you've mentioned it before.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain there's an episode on Owen Hart and obviously the night he died and everything that's around it, like Jim Ross talking about it and stuff. If you've never watched Dark Side of the Ring, honest to God, watch it. It's not just about looking back at the greatest hits of wrestling and stuff like that. It's a full deep dive in like concussions and some of the greatest wrestlers that have ever been. And there's the stuff that they had to go through, whether or not it was drugs and drink related, and their peaks falling down and things like Dark Side of the Ring is incredible if you've never watched it. And I'm fairly certain there is an episode of Owen Hart's death that I haven't watched yet, but I'm fairly certain there is one.
Madge says, I still remember that pay-per-view moment. I'd recently started watching WWF for the first time several weeks prior. Did it actually get aired? I mean, we didn't.
No.
We couldn't afford pay-per-views. We were poor, so we just have to find out wherever. Me and David as a younger, so I don't know whether it was actually shown because I had no way of seeing it. Okay,
the only people that would have seen it was the people in the arena, and it's now in the WWE vault. That's it. Nobody outside. I don't care who people think that it's been leaked online. There is no way in God's green earth that this has ever hit the internet because you would be able to find it now if it did.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the way it should stay.
Exactly.
A family's most heartbreaking moment doesn't deserve to be seen by others just for just for their own watches. Jumping back in, I've never watched the likes of John Cena. I've seen him more as an actor than when he was in wrestling. I've seen the occasional bits. So when John Cena, when he first came in and he was still a bit memey before he obviously got titles and then became a big thing, that's when I stopped watching wrestling. So I know who John Cena is, and I'm aware of how he's grown, but it doesn't really resonate with me. You can't see me stuff resonates because obviously memes, but John Cena not so much. No one wins in death. This is an amazing gesture on AEW's part. It is. It's nice. It's good as well in terms of there's bad blood. That is there now, but wrestling gamers still want to be able to look and honor their idols, just like most FIFA players. They'll be trying to get Wayne Rooney this season because he's back, kind of thing. This gives wrestling gamers a chance to do that, and it's nice that the WWE does have some competition because it's not just that one brand anymore. AEW does give fans an alternative, which is nice. There's nothing wrong with a bit of competition in the market. Some kids won't even think The Rock was a wrestler because of how big he's an actor now. Exactly. Owen is regarded as an all-time technical wrestler among his peers. His one flaw to his performance was his complete lack of mic skills, but damn, could he put on a clinic in the ring. His mistimed power driver, Steve Austin, notwithstanding. Yeah, like neck breaking, get out of here. Yeah, not so good. Enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Fucking, yeah. See that?
Did you? You must have seen DX do the Nation. I mean, obviously, it's in very, very poor taste now.
I was literally just about to go into that. Then I was going to say that enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Reminds me of the era where Jason Sensation came in and ripped everyone, and they got Jason Sensation. They were all obviously. Don't want to mention this, but now we're on this conversation. Don't want to mention taking the piss out of Owen Hart in an article about his death and image, but it's factual. So they all had obviously the big fake noses and stuff like that, taking the piss out of it. They got Jason Sensation to come down to the ring, who was a wrestling fan / voice impersonator, and he did. He came down like a scrawny little dude. Owen Hart's costume was like the leotard thing that had like green bits, and he had like
danger on it.
Yeah, and he had like the police tape stuff just wrapped around him and stuff like that. It was so good. And then Owen Hart comes and fucking sharpshooters the shit out of him. So yeah, there you go. Nice.
Apparently they was fuming about that. That they was fucking like. Well, you would be, wouldn't you? Like, you are some of the best wrestlers in the world, and then these fucking dimwits come down to the ring and start taking the piss. Like, you would be absolutely furious because it was so serious. But like, that'll go down in wrestling. Anytime there's like a top 10 wrestling, that is absolutely in there. I mean, it was in poor taste looking back at it now, because obviously, like, you had X-Pac doing blackface and stuff like that. You would never get away with that now. But like back then, obviously, it was a completely different time and stuff like that. But that is probably one of the best things ever to come down at DX. DX just being DX, do you know what I mean?
I mean, I watch that Jason Sensation bit every couple of years, like, because he's sat. I think they come down and do that stuff, but then it was like the next show, he's on the commentary desk with like Michael Cole and Jim Ross or whatever, and they're asking him to do voices, and he's like, rest in peace. And obviously that's supposed to be the Undertaker, but he sounds like him. And there's like, okay, do Shawn Michaels. And he goes like, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. And you're like, these fucking voices are incredible. And then Owen Hart comes down and beats the shit out of him. Okay. But yeah, it was good. It's good. We need these characters in PUBG with finishing moves when you knock someone. Imagine that, just Stone Cold stunning someone, just like fingers up to the face, kicking the stomach, and then boom, get out of here.
Instead of pan fights, it's finishing moves.
Yeah, exactly. On air, they announced there was an accident and he was taken to hospital. Later, they announced his death. It was just so tragic. Wrestlers were coming out for their entrances with tears running down their face. Do you know? Imagine that, having to still put on the show. The show must go on, sort of stuff. That must be heartbreaking. I'm sorry I'm late, but my nose got here 10 minutes ago. Woo! Yeah. Oh, amazing. If you haven't seen it, Google it. Jason Sensation, WWF. It would have been at that time. Owen Hart. Yeah, Philly boots. Anyway, let's move ahead. We have one more story before we start to wrap things up today. If you're a Pokemon fan, and you're a fan of Pokemon trading cards, but you can't be arsed with the faff of collecting trading cards, we got you. I mean, obviously the TGC's been digital for a while, but now we got you on your smartphone at least. Tom Phillips at Eurogamer says Pokemon trading cards are coming to smartphones. Need. So the Pokemon trading card game is getting an official free-to-play mobile app, TCG Live, which will let you play the venerable card game for the first time on smartphones. Just what Bibby needs, another place to play Pokemon trading card game. TCG Live will soft launch in Canada and then launch globally for PC and Mac later this year with cross-platform play possible. This version of the TGC will let you build decks, take part in daily challenges and online battles against other players, but you won't be able to trade cards with other players, which is kind of funny because it's called trading card game, but okay, nice. The long-running Pokemon TCG has been available in a digital format before, such as via the Pokemon TCG online app for iPad. Indeed, you can log into the new TCG Live app with the same Pokemon Trainer account, and your TCG online content will carry forward. As for how you'll acquire cards, quote, compile an extensive card collection that you can use to build fun and exciting decks. The game's website says add new cards by scanning code cards, purchasing in-game booster packs, and participating in daily quests, among others. Daily challenges will allow you to unlock cosmetic avatar options and other customization. Quote, as we look back on 25 wonderful years of Pokemon, we are once again reminded of how the Pokemon trading card game has always been a strong pillar of the franchise and beloved by young and veteran trainers alike. Pokemon TCG boss Barry Sam said. Pokemon TCG Live will go hand in hand with the tabletop version that fans know and love and welcomes a new era of digital play where trainers around the world can play together regardless of their preferred platform. The very first digital version of the Pokemon TCG came via a Game Boy edition featuring the series' original card sets. Could TCG Live continue that on Nintendo Switch? Question mark. Enix!
Boy EI hello, this is an announcement. Halo Infinite Beta this weekend, check your emails, you're going to get slapped if you meet me, I am the savior of Halo, Master Chief is back, Craig is back, let's go with Bearmans in the ends of Alpha Halo.
Yeah! This is an announcement. Halo Infinite Beta this weekend. Check your emails. You're going to get slapped if you meet me. I am the savior of Halo. Master Chief is back. Craig is back. Let's go with Bearmans in the ends of Alpha. Hello. Nice. Enix, thank you for 17 whole months. Where were you? We started with the Halo conversation this morning, and now you jump in. But thank you very much, dude. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, we spoke about Halo to begin with, the fact that there is 2 Halo multiplayer events coming up, the fact that we should also sign up to the Insider campaign just so we can get emails. You didn't get one for the Halo stuff, did you? You got all of the Back for Blood stuff and Warner Brother things or whatever, but you didn't get Halo, right? Is that right, or am I wrong with that one? Yeah, we were on about we need to sign up just in case that is the case. If it's a limited distribution and we can get them, just so you can't just for banter, but yeah, that was the first story. We now though are talking about the fact that Pokemon trading cards is coming to smartphones. That means it's on PC, it's on smartphones, it's on actual desktops, it's on iPads. Could it become to the Switch too? What are your thoughts, Bib?
I'd love it to come to a Switch. Like I've streamed this on this channel. I absolutely love this. I also love the fact that you can go out, you can buy a pack of Pokemon cards and scan the code to have that as part of your deck. Like that is insane. I've played this in work as well on my dinners, and I've just been playing Pokemon. Like
you've streamed it before, yeah.
Yeah. I love TGC. It's fantastic, and I didn't even know that this was news until last night when I seen the video, and it looks completely different now. I wish this was on Nintendo Switch. I was genuinely, literally hand on heart, not long ago. I'm talking like last week, looking for a new tablet. Mine's a little bit old now. It's like nearly 3 years old, so it's a little bit slow. But I want one that I could play Football Manager Touch on, like the proper version of it, not like the mobile version, the Football Manager Touch. And literally for this game, like I love Pokemon trading card games, like the battle system of it. It's phenomenal. I don't get to play it. I've got the board game downstairs because they released it not long ago. I got it for Christmas last year, so I forgot it, man. It's the trading card board games, so you can play dueling over the map, and you have all your cards and your tokens and your dice and stuff like that. So I can't wait to see more of this. And I do think it needs to come to Nintendo Switch though, because there is card games on the Nintendo Switch. I do think that would be perfect. I mean, playing it on your mobile phone is all well and good, but it's not big enough. So having it on the tablet is fantastic. I think the Nintendo Switch would be even better. It's basically like a Pokemon machine at this point. So have this on there as well, so you can use a touchscreen. You can move your cards with your fingers and stuff like that, rather than using a controller. You don't need the controller for it. You just use your mouse when you're playing it on PC. So what's the difference? Like this is meant.
Sorry, my phone just was buzzing away at the side of me then.
Yeah. See,
Nice.
I'd literally get an iPad for it, Jordan. Like, if I know you said you're getting it for Final Fantasy, but I would literally get an iPad for this. If I knew that it was compatible, like Football Manager, I would get one just for the sake of having these games. Like, fair enough for people who obviously don't like mobile game or whatever. I'm partial to it if it works and I don't have to play things where I'm having to, like PUBG for mobile. It's finicky. Like, for my massive hands on my mobile, it's a little bit finicky, but for things like TGC and Football Manager, where you're literally just dragging stuff across the screen with your finger, we was talking about what was talking about the other day. In fact, it was after that conversation where we was talking about paper toss and things like that. That's when I started looking at them. Like those games, that was classic mobile game. When there wasn't like loads of buttons on the screen that you had to press. It was literally just swipe your finger. It was perfect. That's what mobile gaming is to me. And if I can play stuff like that on them, then yeah. But if you've never played TGC, sign up to the website and let's get some
TCG.
battles going, because it is the best. It is genuinely the best.
It's TCG.
TGC, TGC,
TCG.
TCG, TCG, TGC.
Tito says, "Baby, what's your budget? Look at the Lynx brand Windows tablets, reasonably priced and full Windows. There you go. And he's dropped a link in as well. There you go. Look at that
Nice.
for service. So yeah, I mean, you kind of feel this has to be coming to the Switch, right? Right? Surely, right? There's no way that Nintendo are sitting on one of the most widely adopted and how can I put it? They have, I would say, the most widely adopted consoles out there in the Nintendo Switch. It's heavily supported by their own first-party brands. Obviously, the likes of the Smashers, the Zeldas, the Marios, the what's the one? Animal Crossing and all the rest. Pokemon has been heavily supported on the Switch already. We've had Snap, we've had Sword and Shield, we've had Let's Go and things like that. So surely it has to be that the TCG, which is the longest, well, one of the longest running parts of the Pokemon universe, that has to be coming to this platform. If it's on mobile, they've made a game that they can port to mobile. It's on tablets and it's on desktop machines as well as actual tabletops. Then surely it's a no-brainer, really, putting it to the Switch. It has to be. It has to be. I can't see them not doing it. And if that's the case, then you don't need a tablet. There you go. Job's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was just as good playing it on TV, on your big TV, but then you would have to use a controller. And I think that's when it started to become a little bit annoying. But yeah, playing it in handheld, it's a no-brainer.
Enix says, I sacrificed my Pikachu to summon Craigachu. You summon Craig at me? Craig at you? Timeless says Paper Toss is awesome. Paper Toss is actually exceptional. It is exceptional. Ridiculously good game. Or it used to be. I don't know if it even still exists anymore. I've not touched it in about 6 years. And that's the way it will remain. Because if not, 3 hours of my life will disappear of me just throwing invisible, like, digital paper balls at a digital waste paper bin. So no. But that's it, though. Pokemon trading card game is getting a mobile app. So if you do like the TCG and you like playing it on your PC, maybe you like Bib and you play it in your lunch times, maybe even stream a little bit of it, or you play some physical card games with your mates, then you've got to jump on, I don't know, an underground, or you've got to jump on a long-distance train, and you can't be asked setting up your full deck on a train with some dude just sat up, you're like, what are you doing, mate? Well, now you can play it on your mobile phone. There you go. Just take your smartphone with you. Pokemon Trading Card Game is coming to mobiles. Elsewhere, Owen Hart is back in wrestling games. Not WWE, but he will be coming to AEW, All Elite Wrestling, when that game lands. That has been confirmed. Bobby Kotick has been subpoenaed. The Activision boss has had a subpoena from the SEC as they're investigating Activision Blizzard over workplace misconduct. Not exactly the same stuff that we've had before, but very, very similar. Basically the same stuff, but from a different angle. And the biggest story that we led with is the fact that Halo Infinite is getting 2 even bigger multiplayer test weekends in September. Bearing in mind, we have 9 days or whatever it is left of September. That's 2 weekends this month, this weekend and next weekend. You can do some full-blown multiplayer action within Halo. The article did mention that it will be open. Did it say to all insider accounts to make sure that they have enough players? I don't know if that was the case. Halo insiders will get the opportunity to do that. Anyway, if you don't have a Halo insider account, create an account, check your emails, check it all. It will only be on. I'm going to drop the link back in the chat, actually. There's a lot of link in the chat already. Shout out to Magic Man, but that link at the end is a URL which has all of the details of what modes will be available, when you can play that, because it's only available at set times through the day. So make sure you check when you can be playing this weekend and next. And that. Thank you very much for joining us for the full scoop. We appreciate you. We are going to disappear though. That is it for today, unless there's an additional evening stream or something tonight. We don't do additional day streams on a Tuesday because work stuff. So yeah, we are going to find one of our friends to raid. So do stick around for the raid as we drop some love on a friend of Ice Cream Uploads. We've been speaking about the sprinkles and channel points through the stream. Stick around for the raid and you get extra sprinkles to spend on the channel. Nice. Also, shout out to David for spending 250,000 sprinkles on a gifted sub, and to Gagad for spending 150,000 sprinkles on becoming a VIP for a month. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for sticking around long enough to get 400,000 sprinkles between you. Anyway, before we drop a raid on a friend, Mr. Bibb, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yes, again, thank you very much for joining us for Tuesday's edition of The Scoop. You know it's Tuesday, so what does that mean? There's 3 more shows that you can shape. If you want to help shape those shows, there's 2 ways that you could do. First of all, find us on social media. Thank you very much, Madge, for putting all the links in there for us. It is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms, or get involved with our Discord. All we need from you is a URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time tomorrow, Mr. Graham Day?
Well, the next show will be at 10 a.m. Ish. 10 a.m. ish. We go live at 10 a.m. ish. We try for 10 a.m. It's usually a little bit later because we do work stuff and the streams fit in around that, which is why it means such a big deal for you guys showing up, dropping subs, dropping gifties, using channel points to get VIPs, dropping donations. Jade Farrar, once again, thank you very much. And dropping the host and everything else in between. It means a lot. Thank you very much, you beautiful people. But we are disappearing now. Have a fantastic day. Stick around for the raid. We'll discuss who we're going to raid off stream. Just stay around for the ride. And remember, stay frosty.